I was asked if I think that today's black men and black women are incompatible with each other. Well, if we look at the statistics, most black people still get with black people, so I would have to say no. They seem to be at least compatible enough to get with each other. In my own personal experience, I dated exclusively black guys in college, and the relationships were good. There was only one where I think the guy was going to turn out to be an abuser, but I didn't stay with him long. But other than that, they were good relationships. One thing I've noticed, I don't know if it's just me or if other people have noticed this too, but relationships between black men and black women seem to be more healthy in places where the racial boundaries are still intact. For example, my university in Mississippi, you would never see a black-white couple walking across campus holding hands. You may see an Asian-white couple, but not black and white. But anyway, after college I continue to have mostly positive experiences with black guys. I've never had a major problem with the black guy I was dating. Now, there was some stuff I mentioned in the Where the Best Going video that I made. Like, sometimes when I would date a black guy, it would seem like we already had some drama between us even though we just met. Sometimes that would happen, but that wasn't major. Like, there was no yelling and screaming and calling of names. It was just a little bit of a competition or something like that. But one thing I did notice that kind of bothered me once I moved away from Mississippi is that I would get hit on by doctors and engineers from other races, but when it came to black men, I would only get hit on by black guys who were like on my level and below. And I mean education-wise and income-wise. Now, for me personally, as I said in my submission video, I prefer a guy who outperforms me. I actually prefer it when a guy leads in a relationship, but in order for him to lead, he needs to have a reason to be a leader, so that's why I need him to outperform me. Now, there are lots of black doctors and engineers out there. I'm just saying none of them ever hit on me. Now, I was talking to a black guy on IM, and he was telling me two reasons that this might be. He was saying that a lot of quote-unquote successful black men have dealt with so many problem black women that eventually they just stop looking for black women, especially since their success allows them to be able to attract quality women of other races. So that's one thing. And then the other thing he told me is that a lot of times when black men hit it big, they have this idea that they're supposed to have this fantasy life. They want to have their dream car and their dream house and their dream wife to go with it. Now hold on, I'm not talking about a white trophy wife. I'm talking about just a woman period that looks very, very nice, like runway model quality. So that's going to eliminate basically anyone who isn't super hot. One thing I've noticed in my own personal life, when I do find a black guy my age who does outperform me, they do seem to have a huge ego and their heads are as big as the room. One guy I went out on one date with, I met him online, and he was a very attractive man, I mean model material. He actually had done some modeling, so he knew he looked good, and he would literally send me picture after picture after picture on my phone of himself posing. And when we met the first time, I guess he was so used to being able to flash a Colgate smile and flex his muscles and sling his dick and be able to get a woman in bed on the first date, that he actually expected to get that from me. I did not go for it, of course, and that was the last I heard of him, except that he did continue to send me pictures for a while. A guy like that, he was about 40, but he looked like he could have passed for like 32. He was in extremely good shape. He wasn't looking to get married, or at least not anytime soon, so he was just looking to add notches to his belt. But anyway, that was one of the few black guys I was able to attract above my level. There were a few others, but they were a lot older than me. Now, I can totally understand why a black guy who has achieved a high level of success would be big-headed. I mean, it's rare, for example, to be a doctor, but it's even more rare to be a black doctor. So you're going to have a lot of options in women, both black and non-black, so I understand it, but geez. I find that non-black men, and just non-black people in general, seem to be a little bit less boastful about their success. It seems like black people are more likely when they have money or when they're successful, they want everybody to know it. But anyway, I guess the question I'll ask is, do you think that success affects the compatibility between black men and black women? I don't think success makes black men and black women incompatible with each other. I'm just asking if you think success affects the compatibility. But anyway, that's my question and my 2 cents. I just wanted to know if any other black women have noticed the same thing that I've talked about in this video, or is it just me?